Doc Owen here with Action Figure Times, and we're continuing on with Arkham Days. Now today, that's right, we're going to be looking at the Hush figure. This is the Series 2 from DC Collectibles. I was actually very much looking forward to this figure. I was actually stunned that he was even in the game. I mean, really, it kind of surprised me that he was one of the side missions and where they're going with it. I thought that was very, very cool. Now, he is in the Batman packaging that you have. You can see the cowl there, of course. Got the Batman Arkham City logo there, and on the back you can see the rest of the figures in the wave that we will be looking at. We've already looked at Detective Mode Batman. We're looking at Hush today. Then we have Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter. We have Catwoman, and then the Riddler. Now, as you know, these things can be a bear to get out of the package, and so I'm going to go ahead and cut it open and then take him apart. So here we are looking at DC Collectibles' version of Tommy Boy. Now there you go. You can see that he's got the Hush symbol right there. Kind of a nondescript belt, just basically has a slash across the front. He does come with two 1911 style pistols, and I put one into his holster right there, and then the other one I put into his hand. You can't put both into his hands, but I wanted to show you kind of the difference. The paint apps on this thing are amazing. I mean, you look at that coat. I mean, that is just awesome. They did a very good job. I like his kind of his knee pads, shin guard combo things. Those are kind of neat. We'll look at it up close, but his knuckles are very, very cool. This is actually a very, very cool looking figure. Now, to give you an idea of his height, which I think is kind of interesting, here he is with Bruce. Bruce does look this is from the Arkham City Infected, right? And Bruce looks a tad taller. Now this is the Arkham Asylum Batman. They look to be more of the same height. Okay? Now if you swap out the Arkham City Detective Mode Batman, he's a tad shorter, a little, I don't know. The Good Doctor's kind of thick. Now, and if you wanted to see what he looked like with the Mattel Arkham Asylum, Arkham City Batman, you know, he looks much bigger than him. Anyway, this is a very, very cool figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at him up close. So here we are looking at Hush up close. Now, the weakest thing for me on this figure is the face, simply because I don't really like the expression. I would have figured that he would have been more, instead of sneering, I think he would have been more smirking, like, Bruce, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, I figured this out, especially considering the way that what happened in the game. Other than that, I do think they did a good job with the face sculpt, great piercing eyes. I mean, overall, it's a great sculpt. I see what they were trying to accomplish. Now, uniform is highly detailed. I really like it a lot. Now, one thing that you can see the Hush symbol there, one thing to watch out for is this right here. This came loose, and I don't think it was me being rough. I think it was actually detached when I took it out of the package. So if you're an opener, I would open it at your comic shop. Make sure that it's, you know, it's actually functioning. The belt looks good. I like how his armor is kind of weathered and things like that. That's kind of cool. The belt buckle isn't a slash. Now, I'll tell you something else I find kind of odd about this figure is you see these holsters, and there you can get a picture of one of his 1911s, and you can holster it. I actually put that in there. Look how high-tech the belt looks, but then the holster looks like, you know, your granddad made it out of a piece of leather or something like that. Cool looking. I just not sure it fits with the overall high-techness and then, you know, the real simple, you know, that's just me though. This looks good. The articulation is very, very limited on this figure. He's definitely not going to Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he can move it back and forth as far as his arms go. He can twist there. You've got that wrist twist, but you know, he is limited in articulation. Now, one of the key things that I think is probably one of the coolest things about the coat, well, here, let me show you this. There he's got, you know, he's kind of his 1911 style pistol. That's kind of cool. Look at those knucks. Aren't those wild? Great paint on them, too. I mean, really, really great. But actually, talking about good paint. At first, I thought when I looked at this coat kind of at a distance, I thought they were going for like an ostrich look. But this is actually made to look like a leather coat that's been out in the rain. I mean, is that not wild? Very, very cool stuff. Now, it's got that shape to it, but I think it's really a cool figure. Is it worth the money? To me, it is. I like the Hush. I like the actually his look more than I sometimes like the character. I think sometimes he's like Superboy Prime. He's a bit overdone, but overall, I think this is a very, very cool figure and well worth the investment. And he is a bit stocky. I thought he was a bit big, but other than that, I really, really do like him. And you want to know something even about the bigness? I would never think of it again. The thing that would distract from me is just a sneer. And one thing that I think would be really cool, talking about his face, is we should get an extra head. What do you guys think? They should have given us an extra head, like a Bruce head. Now, it could have been a scarred Bruce head or just an infected head just without the infection. Either way, I think that would have been very, very cool. Well, this is Doc Owen with Action Figure Times. Remember, we're giving away a detective mode Batman from DC Collectibles, in which we know that you'll enjoy. Make sure you come to aftimes.com and find out how to win. Also at aftimes.com you can look at some pictures of this figure up close, and I know you'll enjoy that. This is Doc Owen. Be extraordinary. Tell all your friends about us. Leave a comment, please, and we'll see you next time on aftimes.com. Figure Times. As you know, we've been celebrating all things Arkham. Well, now's your opportunity to add one of these fine figures to your collection. We're going to be giving away the DC Collectibles Detective Mode Batman to the winner of a contest. Now, how do you win? What's the contest? Real simple. In 150 words or less, we would like to know what you would like to see as the storyline for the next game. We've had Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. Some people think the next one might be Arkham World, but what do you think? And what do you think the storyline ought to be? Now you have up until June 27th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to enter, and you can enter as many times as you want as long as they're each original ideas. Okay, you can't just copy and paste the same story. But whoever the winner entry is, we'll take this figure, mail it to you postage paid, and you can enjoy it. One thing, and you know what, if you win, you'll even have the opportunity, if you'd like to do your very own review. I know I've done a review, but you can do your very own review. Either it can be video, pictures, or whatever, and you'll have the opportunity. We'll post it on the site and let everybody know that you won and what you think of the figure. Well, thank you very, very much. Remember, go to aftimes.com and join the contest. I look forward to seeing what you think the game ought to be about.